Okay, let's do another example here. We have a test of 20 true false questions. If a student answers all the questions, in how many ways the student can get 10 correct answers? Okay, so what should we do here? So we have to first choose how many, which questions must be correct, and as a result the rest will be incorrect. So first choose the questions, or 10 questions, to be correct one. Yeah, so in how many ways you can do this? There are 20 in total. We choose then 10 of them. Now that you've chosen that, all these questions has only one correct answer, yes? So there's only one way answer those 10 questions. So answer the chosen questions correctly. Well, there is only one way for each one of these 10 questions. There are only one way to answer correctly. So for first question, you have one case, two question, the second question to be correct. There's only one possibilities, and so on, which is all one. Okay, so we have decided what to do, which ones to be correct, what to do with the choices that we have there. Now, what about the rest? So we have to make sure that the rest are answered incorrectly. Yes, the rest of the questions are answered incorrectly. How do we do this one? Okay, so here the questions are true false. One of the options is correct, the other one is incorrect, yes? So there are no choice. So for the remaining ones, so we have to choose the wrong answer. There's only one wrong answer. So you do 10 times multiply 1 to itself and you get 1. So now you multiply these things, because by doing that we are done. That is 20, choose 10 is the number of ways we can get exactly 10 questions correct. Well, if instead of true false questions we have multiple choice questions, this will be a different story. Yes, let's do an example on that. So a test has 20 multiple choice and each question has 5 options to choose from. If a student answers all of them, in how many ways? Exactly 10 questions. So same question now we want to do for multiple choices. Well, again, we go start with choose 10 questions to be answered correctly. Well, this is the same as before. We choose 10. Oops. We choose 10. 20 choose 10. Yes? 10 out of 20 possible options we have. Now, answer all those questions. Answer all 10 questions correctly. So we know which 10. Now we go to each one of these 10 questions that are going to be answered correctly and we choose the correct answer. There's only one correct answer for each one, yes? So therefore the first of those 10, there's only one. The second one has one, exactly one correct answer. So that is. But what about the rest? Answer the remaining questions incorrectly. Well, each question has 5 options to choose from. Only one of them is the correct one. The rest of 4, any of them we answer, it will be wrong, yes? So, for the first out of this remaining 10, there are 4 options. For the second out of the remaining, there are 4 options. There's only one of them is correct, the rest is wrong. The rest is wrong. Thus you continue. You see that you multiply 4 to itself 10 times. That means we have 4 to the power 10. So this means that the number of ways that the student can answer the question exactly 10 of the questions correct is 20 choose 10 times 1 times 4 to the power 10. Which I will just write it as 4 to the power 10. Okay. So with the multiple choice question, how many ways can a student get at most 5 correct answer? At most means exactly 5. Exactly 5 correct. Exactly 4 correct. Exactly 3 correct. 2 correct. And 1 correct. And none correct. That is also important. So choose 5 out of 20 to be answered correctly. There's only one way to answer all of those one correct, but the rest, there are 15 of those questions, remaining questions, yes? Those ones, each one has 4 wrong choices, so we have this one. How about 20 choose 4 of them correct? There's only one way to answer those guys correct. And for the rest, which are 16 of them, each one has 4 options. So you multiply, you get 4 to the power 16. And 3 correct, so 20 choose 3 times, but there's only one way to multiply to answer them correctly. But for the rest, there are 17, and each one has 4 options to be incorrect. 20 choose 2 times 4 to the power 18. 20 choose 1, 4 to the power 19. 20 choose 0 times 4 to the power 20. Yes, all of them. And then you add these guys, yes. And that would be the answer for this question. In how many ways can the student get at most 18 correct answer? At most means that none, 1, 2, up to 18. So if we want to do what we did before, we have to do exactly 18 correct, then go exactly 17 correct, exactly 16 correct, and this you have to continue up to exactly 1 correct and exactly 0 correct. But this is a huge work to do. Already for 5 you saw how big was that. Instead of this, we use the complement trick. How do we do this? So we say that the number of ways we answer this, we answer at most 18 correctly, is the same thing. It's a complement. Its complement is at least 19 correct. Yes, but at least 19 means Well, yes, okay, so at least 19. But we have to do n of all possible ways that we can answer the question. So n of u minus n of at least. So here, n of u, the number of ways we can answer questions without any conditions. Well, first question has 5 options, second question has 5 options. So you multiply all those things, 5 to the power 20 minus at least 19 means that exactly 19 or exactly 20, correct? So exactly 19 correct means what? Means that you choose 19 out of 20 to be correct, and each one will have only one option. And then the rest, there's only one left that you have to make sure that you're choosing the wrong answer. There are 4 wrong options there. Or you choose all 20, answer all of them correctly. That will give you the exactly 20 correct. And then, well, you add these two, the complement is 5 to the power 20 minus these guys. Okay, so these were examples of how to answer questions in a test, true, false, or multiple choice question with a specific number of correct answers.